is Introduction to Renewable Energy, Energy Engineering. Just today we discuss what is renewable energy, uses of renewable energy, examples. So first is renewable energy. Renewable energy refers to energy derived from naturally replenished sources. Renewable energy, we get again and again renewable energy when finished. For example, wind energy is a renewable energy we already discussed. Solar energy also renewable energy we already discussed. Then hydropower, this is a new topic for us. Geothermal, ocean energy, bioenergy, all these examples of renewable energy. What is the character of renewable energy in our environment? We also know that renewable energy plays a role in climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Unlike fossil fuels, which release carbon dioxide and other pollutants when burned, renewable energy sources produce little to no emission during operation. For example, solar and wind power produce electricity without emitting greenhouse gases, helping to mitigate the impacts of climate change. We also know that renewable energy plays a very important role in our environment. With the help of renewable energy, we reduce the emissions of pollutions and also clean our environment. So, renewable energy is a very important for our environment because when we use more renewable energy, then the emission of pollutants is reduced in our environment. And next is why use renewable energy. Why we use renewable energy? We primarily use fossil fuels to heat and power our homes and fuel our cars. It's convenient to use coal, oil, and natural gas for meeting our energy needs, but we have a limited supply of these fuels on the earth. We are using them much more than they are being created. They will run out, and because of safety corners and waste disposal problems, the United States will retire much of its nuclear capacity by 2020. The nation's energy durings are expected to grow by 33% during the next 2 years, 20 years. Renewable energy can help fill the gap. If we had an unlimited supply of fossil fuels, using renewable energy is better for the environment. We often call renewable energy technologies clean or green because they produce few, if any, pollutants. Um, some pollutants produce due to the renewable energy. Burning fossil fuels, however, sends greenhouse gases into the environment, trapping the sun heat and contributing of global warming. Climate change agreed to the Earth average temperature they risen in the past century. Other pollutants are released in the air, soil, and water when fossil fuels are burned. These pollutants take a path toll on the environment and on humans. Air pollution contribute to diseases like asthma, acid rain from sulfur dioxides and nitrogen oxides harms plants and fish. Nitrogen oxides also contribute to smog. Renewable energy will also help us develop energy independence and security. Okay, how solar panel work? Because in the previous lecture we already studied the working process of solar panels, the construction of solar panels, the applications of solar panels, the parts of solar panels, and the advantages, disadvantages, each and everything we already discussed in the previous lecture. But we watch a one video and understand how solar panel work. Sorry, 1 second. Uh, 1 second. Sorry, I think some problem. I am very sorry. I think so some problem. So we next to slide. On. Okay, let's start. Please clearly understand the working process of solar panels, how work solar panel, and how use the solar rays and produce electricity, and then we use electricity for useful purposes. In this video, we see that the rays come from the sun. Okay, in the sun, photons are present, and when photons strike to the solar plates, into the solar plates, electrodes are also present. Photons and electrodes react with each other and generate the electricity. Then next we see that the inverter work to convert DC current into AC current. DC mean direct current, AC mean alternative current. And next is an extra energy we use different purposes. In the night time, we use in the solar panels, mostly batteries. We use batteries work to store the electricity. So when solar panel no work in the night time, then we use battery. The advantages of solar panel, we also study clean, no environment pollution, emission in our environment. But solar panel cost is so high. We see their energy cost high and property cost decrease. With the help of solar panels, we reduce the global warming, reduce the pollutant emissions. Okay, so next is how wind power work. We discussed, we watched this video because we already discussed these topics. Okay, today we only see this working process, how solar panels and wind powers work. With the help of watching the video, we understand the working process of wind and solar grid. Every 24-hour wind generates enough kinetic energy to produce 35 times more electricity than a human uses each day. How we how we can capture the wind and generate electricity with the help of wind power. When we see that when wind strike to the blades of the wind power, then kinetic energy convert into the rotational energy, and in the wind power stage, the generator generate electricity. The designing of wind uh, the system depend upon the size of blades, speed of blades. We also discussed in the previous lecture horizontal wind turbine, vertical wind turbine. This is a horizontal wind turbine. We also discussed the yawing windmills. This is all parts of wind powers. These are components play an important role for the generate to electricity. Here two types of blade. See that flat and curved. We always installation of wind power where the speed of wind is good. Otherwise, wind power does not correct working. Through the diameter of wind turbine is larger, height and size larger, then more capture to wind produce electricity. We already discussed offshore installation into the river, Hokkien. In when we create the installation of wind power into the offshore, then different challenges we face. This is a calculation of wind power. Okay. One second. Okay, so this is working process of wind energy and power energy. Uh, we have already discussed in the previous lecture. So the main topic of relate to the renewable energy today is hydropower. Um, in this section today, we only discussed hydropower basic concepts because in the next section uh, is already is already into the hydropower, biomass, and bioenergy. So, in the session, we discussed in detail of hydropower, like, but in this section, we uh, basic concept clear. Okay, what means hydropower? Hydropower genetic plant capture the kinetic energy of falling water. History of hydropower. The Greeks are believed to the first to use hydropower in about 100 BC for grinding wheat into flour. Around 480, Asia and the Europe started utilization hydropower for milling. Modern hydropower turbines were designed in the middle 17th by French hydraulic and hydropower generated about 15% of the USA electrical generation in 1970, and its contributions increased to almost 14 and 1940. Types of hydropowers. Hydropower system may be divided into two ways based on its construction. What is construction of hydropower, and then depend upon its sites. What sites of hydropower plant. Here we discussed three types of construction of hydropower: impoundment, diversion or runoff river, pumps and storage. Here we define. Next is three categories based on their sites. Hydropower system can range in size from 5,000 to 10,000 megawatt. They supply many consumers which electricity to small and micro plants that can meet an individual's energy needs. Depend upon three: large hydropower, small hydropower, micro hydropower. Large hydropower mean capacity almost 30 megawatt. Small hydropower mean 100 kilowatt electric capacity almost. And micro hydropower mean uh, our capacity is uh, produce electricity for home, village we used. What is environment impacts and benefits when we use the hydropower? Hydroelectric power offers both environment benefits and protection impacts. When we use anything, then both environment impacts and benefits are also created. Benefits. Hydroelectric power is a clean and renewable energy source. We also know that hydropower is a clean and renewable energy source. They produce minimum greenhouse gas emission when we use hydropower, then less emissions of pollutants in our environment. It provides reliable electricity generation and helps reduce reliance on fossil fuels. We also know that we use hydropower generate the electricity. What is environment impacts? Large scale dam project can have significant environment impacts, including habitat loss, plant. Up next is what is geothermal energy? Okay, geothermal energy is considered a renewable energy source. Okay, the geothermal energy is a source of renewable energy. The term geothermal comes from Greek word geo, mean earth. Okay, geo mean earth and thermal meaning heat. Geothermal energy can be used for a variety of applications, including electricity generation, heating, building, and in heat pumps. The identification and quantification of geothermal resources require geological, hydrological, geophysical, and geochemical techniques that allow gathering of information regarding the potential use of specific sites. The information is necessary to determine if the site is suitable for development as a geothermal energy source. Okay. Um, the geothermal energy source depends of some uh, points. First is identification of geothermal phenomena, determining if a useful geothermal production field exists, determining if production wells can be drilled with the highest of tapping into the geothermal resource, classifying of the geothermal field, determination of the heat content of fluid that will be discharged by the wells in the geothermal field, determination of any characteristics that might cause problems during field development. Next is three major elements. The geothermal source depends upon three major elements. Number one is heat source, number two reservoirs, number three flight. Okay. What is heat? The heat source can be from the magma having the temperature greater than 600 Celsius and depth 5 to 10 kilometer. A heat source can also be low temperature system using the Earth normal temperature, which increases with depth. Second is reservoir. The reservoir that is naturally formed by hot permeable rocks can heat a circulating field, which generally is the water. Water loss occurs when it escapes from reservoir to spring by bore holes. The water must be replenished if the meteoric water is not sufficient. The heat is transferred to enthalpy fluid. The hot water rises upward due to its low density and is replaced by cool, dense water. If the geothermal fluid is used for steam generation or direct heating, it must be replenished continuously to maintain the hydrostatic pressure and the mass. One practice is to inject it back into the reservoir through specific injection wells. And then this also reduce the impacts on the environment from operation of geothermal plants. And direct use of geothermal energy, how we can use it, how we can direct use of geothermal energy. Direct uses of geothermal energy involve the use of hot water from geothermal resources directly for bathing and cooking, heating and of homes and building, heating of greenhouses, for growing vegetables and flowers, fish farming, drying of foods, and the use of heat pumps. This is our source of direct use of geothermal energy. Okay, next, what is applications of geothermal energy sources? Electricity generation. Okay, with the help of geothermal source, we generate electricity. Direct district heating. Okay, we use heat pump. Industry applications. In the industrial application, most we use the geothermal energy sources. And then next is, what is Ukrainian energy? Ukrainian energy refers to the energy derived from the Ukrainian or seeds. Who energy we can derive from Ukrainian? This is the Ukrainian energy. Ukrainian covers about 70% of Earth's surface, making it the world's largest solar energy collector and energy storage systems. 60 million square kilometers, 23 million square miles of the tropical seas absorbs an amount of solar radiation that is equivalent to its 25 billion barrels of oil per day. In terms of, sorry, several technologies have been developed. The harvest energy or uh, wave power, tidal war, and tidal current energy, Ocayan thermal energy convergence, salinity gradient energy, all the types of Ocayan energy. With the help of this, we get Ocayan energy. So first is wave power. What is wave power? Wave power, also known as wave energy or Ocayan energy, harness the kinetic energy of the Ocayan wave to generate electricity. What is the working process of wave uh, power? First is device known as wave energy converter, all offshore to capture the energy of Ocayan waves. These devices come in various design, including point absorber, water columns, and the capture wave energy is converted into mechanical energy. Okay, the rotational motion is then used to drive generators, which convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. The generated electricity is transmitted through underwater cables to onshore power grid for distribution. Okay, the second is tidal power and tidal current energy. Okay, tidal power harness the gravitation forces of the moon and sun to generate electricity. Okay, from the rise and fall of tides, why tidal current energy utilize the kinetic energy of tidal current. Uh, what is the working process of tidal power and tidal current energy? Tidal power is and tidal current energy projects began with the extensive measurement and analysis of tidal patterns and current in specific areas. This data help identify suitable location for us. Tidal turbines or underwater turbines are installed on the seabed in areas with strong tidal currents. These turbines resemble underwater wind turbines and are designed to capture the kinetic energy of moving water. A tidal current flow past the turbines. They cause the blades to rotate similar to wind turbines. This rotational motion is converted into the mechanical energy by the turbines. Okay, the mechanical energy. Then the mechanical energy generated by the turbines is then converted into the electrical energy. Okay, the mechanical energy converted into the electrical energy by built-in generators. The electricity is transmitted to underwater cables to onshore. Onshore mean installation on the earth for distribution to the grid. Third is Ocayan thermal energy conversion. The short form is OTEC. Utilize temperature differences between warm surface water and cold deep water to generate electricity. What is the working process of OTEC? Warm surface seawater is pumped through a heat exchanger where it heats a working fluid with a low boiling point such as ammonia or a hydrocarbon. The working fluid vaporizes as it absorbs heat from seawater. The vaporized working fluid is then expanded in a turbine, causing it to spin and generate mechanical energy. This process is similar to conventional steam turbine used in fossil fuel power plants. After passing through the turbine, the expanded power is condensed back into the liquid by cooled seawater pumped from the Ocean depth. The heat extracted during condensation is released into the deep ocean. The mechanical energy produced by the turbine is used to drive a generator, which converts the rotational motion into the electrical energy. The generated electricity is transmitted to onshore facilities for distribution. The last is salinity gradient energy. What is the working process of salinity gradient energy? Fresh water and salt water are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, allowing water molecule to pass through while blocking ions. Okay. Fresh water and salt water come into the contact across the membrane. Osmotic pressure is created due to the difference in salt concentrations between the two water sources. The osmotic pressure drives a turbine or other mechanical device, converting the pressure energy into the mechanical energy. The mechanical energy is then used, okay? The mechanical energy is then used to generate electricity through a generator. We generate electricity with the help of generators, similar to other forms of renewable energy conversion. Okay, what is advantages of clean energy? The energy is free. We know that this is free. No fuel. We also know that renewable energy sources, no fuel is needed, and no waste is produced. Okay, when we use the clean energy, no waste is produced. Not expensive to operation and maintain. Okay, this installation is not expensive, can produce a significant amount of energy. With the help of clean energy sources used, we get more energy. And the next is disadvantages. Variable energy. Variable energy supply, but more consistent than wind or solar energy. Needs a suitable site where waves or currents are consistently strong. Must be able to withstand very rough weather. Costly to develop, can disturb or disrupt marine life. Okay, with the help when we due to the installation of the clean energy, the marine life disturbed because the or installation into the offshore, including changes in the distribution and types of marine life near the shore, poses or a possible threat of navigation from Korean may degrade sensing or Korean friend views from wave energy. Up next is what is bioenergy? This is a examples of renewable energy sources. Okay, so um, bioenergy derived from the biomass is called bioenergy. Okay, so bioenergy is also known as biomass. Biomass can also produce. We also know that biomass can also produce biofuels, which is short form biofuel. It can be in the form of both liquid and gas. Another term, biopower, refers to biomass power systems that produce electricity. The major use of biofuels is the transportation sector. Bioenergy may be considered as a carbon neutral system. Okay, so biomass can be vegetation, trees, grass, plants, parts such as leaves, stems, seaweeds, and waste products from various industries, including agriculture, forest products, transportations, and constructions. They dispose of large quantities of food and plant products. All of these materials can be used for generation of energy. Okay, we see this diagram. This is a cycle of a process of biomass energy. In this diagram, we said that carbon dioxide is naturally occurring gas. Plants collect and store carbon dioxide to aid in the photosynthesis process. As plants or other methods dispose or natural fires occur, carbon dioxide is released. Before the discovery of fossil fuels, the carbon dioxide cycle was stable. The same amount that was released, but it has since been disturbed. In the past 150 years, the period since the industrial revolution, carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere has risen from around 150 to 330 ppm and expected to double before the year 2050. The burning of any type of fossil fuel, the coal, natural gas, or petroleum releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and is considered a major contributor to the current increased level. Okay, types of Biomass. Biomass resources may be divided into the following categories. Biomass processing residues. First is biomass processing residues mean our industry process that use biomass produce products and waste streams called residues which have significant energy content. Some of these, any problem?
Assalamu alaikum, madam.
Walaikum salam.
We will make questions at the end. Sorry.
Okay,
Continue.
yes, please. Okay, we will meet after 10-minute break again, okay?
Okay, okay.
No, ask them. Can no, ask them. I think so. Now they can hear you. Ask from them. Can they hear you clearly or not?
Hello, can
Ask,
you hear my voice clearly? No.
ask them loudly.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Ask them. Can they hear your voice or not? Just send them a text.
Can you hear my voice or not?
सर यहाँ से भी क्लियर पता लग रहा है ना अब आपकी
हाँ,
वॉइस भी जा रही
वो
है
पहले देना चाह रही थी बहुत प्रॉपर्टी शोर।
तो पूरा लेक्चर ऐसे ही दे रही है
नहीं, जैसे ही उन्होंने मुझे फौरन मैसेज कर दिया।
पता ना
Hello, now can you hear my voice or not? Okay, so next is uses of biomass. Uh, Process heat and steam generation, electrical power generation, liquid fuel, biofuel, biodiesels are the uses of biomass. Environment impacts of renewable energy sources, land use and habitat disruptions, water use, alteration of water systems, noise and field impacts, material extraction and manufacturing. So our lecture is ended. Anyone ask me any question? No, so the lecture is ended.